There's a flood of trainers posting exercises every day, and they're all the same cookie cutter movements that really don't address the ongoing battle that we have overcoming limitations. In fact, there's one trainer who is misleading the MS community with exercises that have little to no long-term benefits done the way he demonstrates them. I'm going to show you what's wrong with some of these movements so you can learn the truth about getting real results. The first exercise is his tempo squat. So we're going to demonstrate why a tempo squat does not work for helping you to get stronger and get up and down out of chairs better. So this is what a tempo squat looks like. It's completely incorrect. Leaning forward, coming back up, and not using your legs at all, really. What you're using is your lower back. Your posture is terrible, and none of this is going to help you to be able to get up and down out of a chair. Now, if you want to get up and down out of a chair correctly, what you need to do is to strengthen your legs, actually work your legs. And the way to do that is by keeping your back straight, squatting down, and holding for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, coming up, not locking your legs out, and holding again for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, why does that work? That activates the muscle fibers in your legs. It creates a brain to muscle connection during the 4-second hold. It gets acetylcholine high, which is a chemical in your brain that helps you move your muscles. And it creates neuroplasticity and BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Why does that do that and tempo squats don't? Because tempo squats have no training method. They're not enabling you to connect properly and get the processes that you need. There's no focus, the form is all wrong, and it is not creating strength or mobility for your legs. If anything, it is working your lower back. Tempo squats are not what you want to do to be able to get up and down out of a chair correctly. The next exercise is what he calls stair training. Now, I'm going to show you why stair training, the way that this trainer is showing you, does not work. So stair training is actually step training. It's step-ups. Everybody knows what step-ups are. So what he's doing wrong is he's coming up and down, saying that this movement is creating neuroplasticity. It is not creating neuroplasticity. You cannot create neuroplasticity by doing a movement over and over and over again with no training method to it, and consistently thinking that if you lift your leg up and down, trying to get it to lift, that you're going to be able to walk upstairs after you do this nonstop forever. It does not work. To create neuroplasticity, you have to change the training method. You have to do things differently so that you actually can create the movement of the nerve around into what you want it to do. Now, the only way to create neuroplasticity, which is not just by moving, is by doing things differently and changing those methods. But one of the methods you can do is, if you want to do step ups, is lifting your leg and in a controlled manner, pushing forward, creating the resistance to your quads here, which also is working your hamstrings to some extent and your glutes, holding it for 4 seconds in what we call contraction training, and then bringing it back down nice and easily into that starting position. Now, by going a little bit slower and holding that position for 4 seconds in the front, you are now creating neuroplasticity, if that's possible for you, because you're focusing on the muscle that you're working and you're holding for 4 seconds, creating a training method. Now, you also will need to change that training method so that your body doesn't plateau and it says, okay, I'm not going to learn anything because you're just doing the same thing over and over again. So just stepping up, or what he calls stair training, is not the way to learn how to step up and walk upstairs. So if this is too difficult because it's too high, then you do something a lot lower and you step up slowly on a smaller step. But you're still going to do the same thing. You're still going to be holding for 4 seconds, controlling the thought process, actually hyper-focusing, and then changing that training method the next time that you do this, maybe after 30 days of doing it. Stair training is not the way to get yourself to get neuroplasticity to happen in your body or to overcome that ability that you have where you can't get up and down stairs. Not the way to do it. And here's one more. His banded chair trunk flexion, he claims is an extremely effective abdominal exercise. Now I'm going to explain to you why a seated ab crunch does not work the way it is being demonstrated by the other trainer. We have a band attached to the back of the door. The band is underneath your chest. And what this trainer is claiming is if you lean forward or pull forward, you're going to be working your abs. And all you're doing here is actually working your lower back. It slightly works your abdominal wall, but not really. Most of the work is being put on your lower back as you pull with this resistance. And the other thing, guys, is how are you going to get into place with that band? You would have to get your arms over and in. It's very, very difficult with anyone with MS. So I'm going to show you the alternative to really work your abdominal wall. Now, forget the band whatsoever. We don't need the band. It doesn't work. We're going to take it out of play. And what we're going to be doing is crunching down, squeezing the abdominal wall straight down, creating an organ effect so that you're getting those muscles in your core actually contracting, holding for 4 seconds, feeling that contraction in there, squeezing, and then stretching it back up. Now that will strengthen your abdominal wall. What he's claiming is that if you do the first exercise, which is the seated resistance band movement, that you are going to be able to not be so hunched over. But that doesn't work because if you're only working your lower back and working your abdominal wall slightly, you're really not activating the muscles the way you need to be able to sit up straight and to be able to keep that core tight. So don't do that first exercise. It does not work for your abdominal wall. Now, although there's merits to some of this, none of these exercises do what he claims they will for long-term benefits in beating MS. You can read the science behind why what he's presenting is incorrect in my posts. I'm not going to be posting exercises every day because I'm personally helping hundreds of people worldwide overcome their limitations all year long. But I have brought you my award-winning OptimalBody Training Program that has proven to be the most effective, most comprehensive fitness program available, and it's the least expensive program out there. So stop listening to the exercise hype. Stop wasting time and your valuable energy and start following the truth about getting real results in overcoming your limitations.